Well, good afternoon. Bill O'Leary here coming to you live this Thursday. Um, we call this our Thursday series, where I go live every Thursday at about this time to talk about a topic that I deal with on a regular basis. For those of you coming across this for the first time, I am an estate and elder law attorney. My firm is Legacy Planning Law Group. We call this Thirsty Thursday because, again, if you're thirsting for knowledge, you've come to the right place. Today's topic is it addresses Medicaid planning, and I had fun sort of coming up with the title for this. The title is called Better Than No Loaf? Well, Medicaid planning using half a loaf strategies. What the heck is that? Half a loaf strategy. So, look, while it's preferable for sure to conduct long-term care planning well in advance of needing care, if you haven't planned ahead, there are still some strategies available to avoid having to spend all your assets. There are three so-called half a loaf approaches that allow a Medicaid applicant to give away assets while still qualifying for Medicaid. So, a little background: in order to be eligible for a Medicaid benefits, a nursing home resident they can't have any more than $2,000 of assets, what are called countable assets. So there are some assets that they'll let you keep that they don't count. The house is a big one. Now, in addition, the resident can't have recently transferred away assets. That's going to cause a problem with Medicaid. Just as an aside, this $2,000 amount that I told you about for the Medicaid applicant, if they're married, we call that spouse the community spouse, and if they're living at home, they can keep more. It's about $130,000. Now, let's go back to the scenario of giving away money or assets. The law imposes a penalty on people who transfer assets away without getting any sort of fair value in return. This penalty, what it is, it's a period of time where the person that made that transfer of the assets, they'll be ineligible for Medicaid. It's like sitting in the Medicaid penalty box or the Medicaid timeout. Now, the penalty period, it doesn't really begin until the person making the transfer has done four things. Number one, moved to a nursing home. Number two, has spent down the assets to the asset limit for Medicaid eligibility. Number three, they've actually applied for Medicaid coverage. And number four, that they would have been approved for coverage except for the fact that they made this transfer, and that ends up resulting in a denial, and again, you then are in that penalty phase. Now, if the Medicaid applicant has excess assets, he or she, they have to spend down those assets in order to qualify for Medicaid. However, Medicaid applicants who want to preserve some assets, they have a few options. So what are those? I'm just going to mention three. First is what we call the gifting and curing, the gift and cure. What does that mean? Well, with this strategy, the nursing home resident will transfer all of their funds, their money, let's say, usually to children or and other family members, and then they apply for Medicaid. Well, guess what Medicaid is going to say? You made that transfer by gift. We have a problem with that. You now will be denied, and you're going to have to sort of serve out a penalty, the Medicaid penalty. Again, it's a period of ineligibility. After the Medicaid application has been filed, the children then do what? They return back to, let's say, their parent, the Medicaid applicant. They return back half of the funds that were transferred, which in effect has the effect, if you will, of curing half of the ineligibility period and giving the nursing home resident the funds he or she needs to pay for care until the penalty period expires. Another strategy is to use what's called a promissory note. You've all heard of a promissory note. With this approach, the nursing home resident gives half of their funds to, let's say, the resident's children or other family members, and then lends them the other half under a promissory note that meets certain requirements in the Medicaid law. The resident uses monthly repayments of the loan, okay, along with their income. So they use the loan payments back along with their income to pay the nursing home cost during this penalty period. So that's the use of a promissory note. And then the third sort of strategy I want to touch on is an annuity. So here, what happens is the nursing home resident gives half of their money to the resident's children or maybe other family members, and then uses the remaining assets to buy an annuity. It's a special kind of annuity called a Medicaid compliant annuity. It meets sort of Medicaid's rules. It's an immediate annuity as opposed to a deferred annuity. And the good thing is that in Florida Medicaid, the purchase of an annuity is not considered a gift transfer that might make the person that buys the annuity might make them ineligible for Medicaid. Now, the income from the annuity, guess what, can be used to help pay for long-term care during the Medicaid penalty period that ends up resulting from that transfer. So in these cases, the annuity is usually fairly, the term is fairly short, just long enough to cover the penalty period. So look, I've just touched the tip of the iceberg, if you will, about Medicaid planning and trying to protect your assets, what I call the family treasure, from the costs of long-term care, a cost which is often a devastating cost, okay? Now, word of the wise, don't try this yourself at home. It's a highly technical area, and you really need the help of an elder law attorney like me, frankly, to help navigate the Medicaid system. So, bottom line, we can help. So, if you'd like to know more about Medicaid planning and maybe how we can help, we'd love to talk to you. So, we always encourage people just sort of take that first step. It's an easy step to take. Go ahead and reach out and schedule a short phone call with us. It's a 15-minute phone call that we offer on a complimentary basis. We call it our discovery phone call. It's a chance for you to tell us sort of what's on your mind, what your concerns are, so we can tell you if we can help you, and then also to see whether we might sort of be a good fit to sort of develop a conversation. That's the purpose of this discovery call. So you can go ahead and book it by going to our website, legacyplanninglawgroup.com. There's a book now button, very easy, or just call the office at 904-880-5554. So if you've enjoyed this video, I would really ask that you like it, or better yet, share it with your friends. So I hope you've enjoyed this talk about Medicaid planning, what I call better than no loaf, Medicaid planning using half a loaf strategies. So again, I'm going to go live again next Thursday at about this time. So if you're thirsty for knowledge, we will quench your thirst. So Bill O'Leary, going to sign off for now. I'm not going to go live next Thursday because next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so I'm taking a week off. Hope everyone has a wonderful and restful Thanksgiving, and hopefully it's a wonderful time you get to spend with your family. Don't watch too much football. So with that said, on behalf of everybody here at Team Legacy, I want to sort of tell you, go make it a great day and make it a better world, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.